UQ Holder Chapter 85. This is a continuation of the last chapter. It's still on the training, and I think we're in the third week of training, because in one part, Tota says he hasn't seen Yukihime in a week since the last time, and I think the last time was that time when he was fighting with Danna. But the chapter starts off with him fighting that black chimera griffin wolf-looking thing. And he gets bodied by it. He's like, I'm about to try out my new technique. And he does that pose that he was doing when he was doing the hula hoop training, like this. And I'm wondering, is he going to have to do that every time he wants to use magic? I mean, I'm not talking about like at the beginning of the fight, but every single time he wants to use any bit of magic? Because if so, that's just a clear, wide opening. I mean, the wolf thing just steps on him. He's done. He couldn't even beat it. He had to hide from it for a little while. But after he goes back to the training, he meets up with the others, and Kire, I think that's how her name is pronounced. That's how I've been pronouncing her name, at least. She's been talking with Konamaru, and she realizes that he has another woman in his life. This woman Kire is so annoying. Oh my god. She's the little tsundere, annoying as fuck little sister character, just butting into everyone's business. God, I hope she gets... Well, I don't hope she dies because her power is so useful, but I hope something bad happens to her. Or at least that she changes. I hate tsundere characters. But the next day after that, Tota sees Yukihime. I guess he made her open up a bit because she's not in a cloak anymore. She's just in a black dress. And this time, she shows off one of her skills. She's basically learned the Puppet Master Jutsu from Naruto. Her puppet skills are amazing. And she could summon, like, it looked like at least 50 puppets just attacking them. The puppets themselves aren't that strong, but I imagine later on they'll become useful. Which makes me wonder, why hasn't she used the puppets now? Is she just so powerful that the puppets aren't necessary, or are the puppets too weak? Huh. Well, I guess they'll bring it up later, or maybe it was in Negima, and they explained it there. But I've never read Negima. I can't read Negima. I got really bored in the first couple, like 50 chapters. But anyway, he tries to bypass the puppets, goes for her. She has martial arts skills. Yo, she did an over-the-shoulder throw on him. She is straight up. She knows what she's doing. She doesn't have the downfall like how I forget his name from Naruto, Gaara's brother, the puppet master dude. He's not very good hand to hand, but she doesn't have that problem. She's like, she can fight with the puppets and hand to hand. She knows what the fuck she's doing. But after the fight, she like sets up a little tea party for them, but apparently he has to go. I heard of there were like sound effects for a bell. I imagine that's the sign that Danna is waking up. And then Yukihime starts phasing back into her dimension, and she's crying, and he notices this. It's more than clear that she has gained an attraction to him. And I'm wondering, if she's gained an attraction to him in the past, what has stopped her attraction in the future? There's something's happened. Maybe he pissed her off somewhere, or maybe she knows something bad's gonna happen to him, and she's trying to remain emotionally despondent, but who knows. But at the end of the chapter, when they meet again, she wants to... Oh, hold on. Before I talk about that, she notices that the time periods are different. For her, a week was like... For him, a week was like 3 years. And she says the next time we meet, most likely 40 years will have passed. So if she wasn't immortal, she would be dead. The time wait for her is already enough that she's crying. And that was like not even a decade. Maybe it was a decade. I'm not sure. I can't remember. There were so many numbers in the chapter. I forget. But 40 years, almost half a century, she's probably going to be crying. Or some shit's going to happen. I feel as if the next time they meet, she is going to already meet Negima. I'm hoping that that's the case. Because if that's the case, maybe she can teach Tota some of Nejima's basic magic tricks or something. Anything to help him with his training. I mean, she's still helping him with his training now, but like intermittently. Like, this is only his 3rd week of training, and he hasn't seen her for an entire week. So I imagine the training is, like, spotty at best. Well, what can you do? But that's the end of the chapter. I will see y'all for the next. Like, rate, subscribe.